Ever wondered what my full scrapbook process looks like? Well, today, creative friends, you're going to find out as we scrapbook together. You'll get to see it all. How I decide on my layout design, my secret hacks for perfect embellishment clusters, and my favorite design tips and tricks. It will be as if I'm sitting right there with you in your craft space. It's time to go grab some supplies and come create with me. Here's a look at the stunning supplies that I'll be working with today. This is Sunshine on My Mind by Pink Fresh Studio, and it's a summer themed collection. These supplies have been very generously sent to me by Crazy Craft Obsession. They are an Australian craft store that specialise in scrapbooking, paper crafts and mixed media. They ship Australia-wide and also to New Zealand. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description box below so you can go and check out the amazing supplies they have on offer. So today's share is live scrapbooking. So I have done a little bit of prep just to save you some time. This is the cut file that I'm using. It is one from my store, Cut to You. And I have backed that. Can you see I've backed that in vellum? This is just a plain white cardstock piece that I had just some scraps lying around, and the rest is vellum. I've then created a pink background and used one of the beautiful floral prints to create a frame. Now, one of the big tips that I have for consistency in your layout, something that you don't even really need to think about too much, is to use the same print in your photo mat as you're using on your frame border. And I do this all of the time. It's a really good way to get a layout to feel very consistent and put together without even trying, and I'm all for that. So I don't really have a plan for the page except that I want this to be my background. I love the softness of the vellum in the clouds. I think they're just like a little perfect match. I'm not sure if I want to put my photo up here and then embellish from there, or put it down here a little bit lower and then embellish and maybe put my title there. We will see. I do know that my this background piece is going to be centered, and I do know that it's going to go like on the background centered. So I'm actually going to stick that down nice and early because I don't want it moving while I'm working. I want to get it locked into position. So the thing with vellum is that you can't add a liquid glue behind it. You will see it. So we have to hide our glue, and I'm going to hide it behind the solid sunshines. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue behind there, a little bit of glue behind here. Won't need much. I just want to lock it into place, and we can come back and add more later. I just want to make sure that is definitely straight. It's a bit tricky because none of the clouds line up on purpose. But yeah, that's very straight. Okay. So just a little bit, that's just going to secure that into position for me. And just doing it where the paper is, it not only means that you've hidden that glue, you won't be able to see it. If I want to slide any embellishments in under here, I still can. So that's good. Okay, so we might pull out some things. I think I'm going to actually exclude this entire pack. It is beautiful, but it's filled with those large pockets and tags. And I know that I'm working with this big cut file, and I don't want to make things too big and too bulky to begin with. So I think I might use those on another page. I find my process is a lot about excluding supplies as much or maybe even more than including supplies. Especially I've got this beautiful collection that's brand new that I'm working with, and it's easy to get overwhelmed by choice. So I actually find that if I can exclude some pieces, it helps me. Now, the next thing, I know I want to use those. I'm not sure about a title. I might still do a title. Let's have a look. But these vellum ones, I think I might. I have a feeling that these are going to be better when they're on a solid background. So these are like acetate see-through pieces and they're beautiful, but I think they might get a little bit lost behind what I've got working here. See how I think they just sort of fit better when they're straight onto a background. So I think by default, because this is the first layout that I'm making with this line, I think I might actually exclude this entire pack as well. I think what I'll do with these actually is make a point to use them on the next layout, like set my intention first up to use some of these on that layout, maybe in the background, so that we can use them because they are really fun. But I do think that they're the kind of thing that I might forget about, and that I might, if I'm not purposeful about using them, they could get lost in the choices. Now I know I want to use these. These are a pack of florals and leaves, so I know I want to use those. Look how beautifully saturated those colors are. How nice are they? But the thing is, I think I might choose not to include this deep blue. And that might help me exclude some things. I think I might want to go with something more like this rather than something like this. And both, I could use both. I could put them all together. But I think just with what I've got so far, I'm not sure. I feel like I need to go one of each, like either this way or this way. What do you think? I kind of like the blue because there's blue in the photo, but I'm concerned that there's not very much blue in these. Let's see. They're all different. I'm noticing that in some of the more modern, like more recent scrapbook collections, is they have florals and all the flowers are different. Those two go together, so that I think I need to keep those together for a layout so that you've got consistency. And it could be this layout, but I definitely think if I'm going to use one of those, I need to use the other one. These pops of yellow I'm not sure about, and I normally like yellow, so I think I'm going to exclude those as well. And then I didn't mind that. I don't think there was another one of those. No. Okay, so I've sort of decided to exclude all of those on the side of the table, and I'll just stick and try and focus on these on this side of the table. So that's half a packet of ephemera already excluded. And this is how I kind of work with everything, because I do get overwhelmed if I have like everything out and I have an entire collection to work with, and it's brand new to me as well. This is my first layout with this collection. So everything's new and shiny and I want to use it all, and my mind just goes a little bit crazy. So let me do the same thing essentially with this pack. I do like this sunshine, and I like that it's yellow because I do have these yellow pops of yellow that I will want to pull in. And if I haven't got any yellow here, I might need like a title or something else in yellow. I think I'm going to stay clear of these kind of icons. The sunglasses is fun, but I think I might put them up there. I think I will just stay clear of those die cut icon things. What's that? Oh, that's a little house. That has Christmas vibes a little bit, doesn't it? Best summer ever. I'm wondering if that's going to be a bit blocky. So I know I'm not going to use the frame, so I'm already excluding that. This could be fun though. Maybe. We'll see. It might be a bit too blocky. I think because I'm working with these clouds, I'm going to have to go with more softer lines. This is not a grid style layout. That's similar to that. I think I might use that. But now I like to keep all of the pieces in my ephemera packs separate, so however they come. So I can't put that over there yet until I know for a fact I'm using it. That one's good too. The Sweetest Summer Memory. I like that. I do like to pull out everything. The reason I'm sort of going through this now is I want to know where I'm headed. So I have described scrapbooking before like a game of chess or like a puzzle. All these are pieces. These are elements that are going to fit together. And you have to think sort of 2 or 3, 4 steps ahead so that you've got a bit of a plan going forward. So I am just going to do this because then I'll know for sure what I want to include. So here's a good example. If I really am keen on using this, I know that I'm going to have to find things in the collection that are going to balance out that color. And see, for right now, just looking at what I already have, I feel like that's not going to work. I feel like that's better suited to these kind of pieces and obviously like this. And that's sort of a choice that I'm going to have to make. So I think already I can exclude that. So if I know exactly what I've got to work with, see, that's another yellow piece that I want. This sunshine, no. Yeah, so I feel like it is sort of looking ahead and it's planning out your moves a little bit like a chess game, so that you, when you get there, things, you know, fall into place more easily for you. Okay, let me sort this out and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so out of this pack, all of these things I have excluded for one reason or another. Might be the color, might be the size, might be the text on it. So this one says Bon Voyage, doesn't fit my photo. So that's all excluded, but that's good. I'm not discouraged by this at all. I actually love it when this happens because I can now focus on these few elements that I have left, which are all of these pieces here. I know that I can make these choices and I'm able to make those decisions far clearer. I hope this makes sense. Remember too that we also still have puffy stickers to work with and this pack of stickers as well. And I do think I'm going to use some of these words. I really like some of these. So I will be keeping that in mind as well. I think now I'm going to sort out my floral clusters. So I'm going to work with the biggest pieces first, and I'm going to see if we want, part of me wants to work with, yeah, I think I do want to put that up there. My only concern about putting it up here is I don't want to cover up too much. If I'm going to make a cluster there, I don't want to cover up my sunshines, which is why I was thinking more down here, like maybe there. That kind of nestles in really nicely there, doesn't it? And especially if I made this top section the main cluster, although I do like that. I don't think I'm going to use both of those. I think I'll use, are they the same? Not exactly, but they're similar. So that's a good, that could help, right, with consistency. So maybe I'll put this here. So I'm always going to work with the biggest pieces first. And I am looking to make interesting lines. So I am looking at this shape on the outside here and how it overlaps the clouds, how it sits on the page. I do like that. I think that's cute. Where would I put my title though? I feel like that maybe needs to come over a bit. So I really like how that's looking, and I am going to balance that out by putting a cluster, a floral cluster down here of some description. This is what I say to you, got to be not too scared to cover up things. Like I know a lot of that flower is getting lost behind there. But what I might even do is get brave. Where are my scissors? I might even get brave and trim that off like that. Pop that back there like that. I don't feel so bad about covering so much of it up now because I've got this little piece that I can use somewhere else, like there maybe. That's cute. I think this side I do want to make my main cluster. I feel like the flow of the page does go this way. My people in the photo are on this side of the photo. So I feel like I need to anchor them on this side, and as a coincidence it actually suits it because I've got 2 suns here and 1 over there, so it does feel like this side should be the heavier side of the layout, if that makes sense. So with that decided, that actually helps other things, like that helps positioning of other elements. I really like that. That's quite cute. I think now might be the time to add in a leaf element, like maybe that. And then I can balance it out by adding one on this side. Maybe, or maybe even there. That's a bit cute. I quite like that. This little cluster down here doesn't need to be big, and I might be able to find something like a puffy something, or even maybe like these glasses, or I'm thinking the green maybe. I am kind of moving, I'm shifting away from the blue, which is an interesting choice because there's blue in my photo. That's cute. I like that. I'm feeling like this green is a bit dark. See how it's a fair bit darker than the others? So I think by default, I'm going to exclude those because of that, and I'm going to put those away. So now I've got even less to work with here, which is good. That suits me just fine. Okay, so then we have this title. What am I going to call this? I think it could work there too. Part of me wants to secure this down in a way that I can move my photo. Part of me wants to just lift this up. I do have tape behind here. And see if I can pick up. And if I do this maybe, I'm wondering if I can pick up some of those pieces as one bit. I had to concentrate then, didn't I? I couldn't talk and do it at the same time. That's okay. That bit I can work with. I might add a bit of glue. They're pretty stuck, but this bit's not. So I might add a bit of glue in behind there. Let me add a bit of glue to this one. And then I can mess around with the position of that. I think I will go tighter. I find that the clusters are better when they're more compacted together. I think I've said it before. I like the elements touching each other. I don't like big spaces in between my clusters. Let me put some tape on here just to secure that as well. Just a little. Then it's definitely not going to go anywhere. Right, that's good. And then that one I can add in a moment. And this one I think I might even add with some foam. Let's get some foam for that one. I need a very small bit just to secure it for now. I will add extra. I will add extra as we go along here. Let's go there. Oh, actually I want that. I'm so mixed up. I've got stuff going on the back and the front. I actually want it on the back because I want to raise it up off of the one that's already there. I've got my backs and my fronts all mixed up. That's better. See how that's, I don't know whether you can see, but that's so much better just to get that little bit of dimension between this layer and this layer. And like I've only just tucked that in underneath there. You'd never know that was half a flower from over here. Okay, so if I'm going to go with that, actually let's do this too. Let's do this bottom corner one so that I've got everything. I think that's going to go like that. Okay, so option one would be to put it up high, maybe somewhere there, and then put my title here, whatever that's going to be. I do feel like I want to use these. I feel like that could be a nice thing. I do like that it's got, this one's got vacay on it. I wonder how I could go, if I could make it, just say like summer vacay, and use that as a way to mix and match the titles. It also gets a little bit of dimension on the page, which we don't have yet. And we were on summer vacay. I wonder, I think that could be all right, hey? I think what we'll do, whenever I've got packets of thickers like this, it is always best, here's my little hot tip, it's best to not use the same, like don't go picking through here and making a word with all of the light pink letters, because as you use the pack, you'll then restrict yourself with the letters that you have left and the color. You're much better off mixing and matching the colors right from the get-go. You'll end up using more of the letters. So I do want it to be bold. Let me get my aligners out. I could not live without these. These are alphabet alignment guides and I use them all the time because I like my titles to be perfect. So they come, I like that it's got, I don't know whether you can see, let me move this so you can see. Hang on. See how it's got guidelines? So it's not just straight, but it's also got the guidelines so that you can see how well spaced apart your letters are. And now what I'll do, now you want to only put them on just a little bit. You want them hanging over because then we're going to push them down and place them. So I'm making sure that I'm not going to use two of this. I'm going to try and use one of every single color. SU. Where's my M's? Is that a W or an M? Here's an M. SU. M. M. I am not going to use the blue though. E. Let's do E. I've got light blue, or I've got, what other E's have I got? Yellow, light pink. I think I'm going to have to go with maybe yellow, because we were talking about that earlier. See? We're talking about how I have the suns and I want to include a little bit more yellow. So I'll be able to do that with just having two yellows, because the blue, I've got blue in vacay, so I kind of don't want blue. See how the blue stands out? It's like very different. I feel like those colors are a mix of the selection that's available, but still fit with what we've got happening. Let's see what that's going to look like. Oh dear. Oh, is it stuck? No. Professional scrapbooker. There we go. I don't know, I feel like it does work better down lower, hey? Well, I guess it's kind of in the middle. It's not up high and it's not down low. I do think it needs to go slightly onto this side. I do want it to be this side. Let's see if it's straight. I'm always going to make it my photo that's straight, because that's the line that you will notice more than anything else. Yeah, I'm going to commit to that. Ooh, scary. It's stuck, but it's not fully stuck. I've half committed. So I could still put summer there and vacay, but I feel like that's a bit low. I could tuck it in there. That could work. I don't think I can get under there to show you. I can. Excellent. Let's see. That's what I love about these guides too, is you can audition things. I feel like maybe we put it there, and then vacay can go there, maybe lower, because vacay could go on the photo. I've got space on the photo. And I could maybe nestle it in. Oh, no, I'm getting stuck. What am I getting stuck on? I can't see back there. I kind of feel like it should be maybe there. Yeah, I think maybe there. So now I need to just make sure this is straight. It should be straight. I've lined it up on my photo and I do have lines here. I'm looking at this line and I'm making sure it is straight. I really quite like how the R is touching the sun. I feel like it makes it feel more placed. So I'm just going to press down there and I should hopefully, oh, now comes the tricky part. I should be able to just pull this off. Yes, look at that. And then some of them have moved. That sometimes happens, but that's okay. I mainly use it for the ability to audition it, to be able to space out the word and audition it in 100 places, as I like to do. Most of them are good. See, that's nice and straight. S-U-M. And I am going to actually stitch this on because puffy stickers are notoriously not sticky, especially here in Queensland. I think that's good. I am fussing with this a bit, but I do want this to be right. I feel like this is the kind of detail that does take your page to the next level. Does make a difference. Just sticking and plonking and whacking things down and hoping for the best. I don't know. For me, it's like, no. What's that saying? The devil's in the detail. I feel like when you do go to a little bit of extra trouble to line things up like this, it does make a difference on your page. Yep, I really like that. Summer. And then vacay, I think I'm going to tuck in there. Summer vacay. Isn't that pretty? Now, I did have, what happened to that leaf? That's okay because it might still work, because it might be able to fill out this little gap. See how there's a space, there was a space there? I might be able to use it to fill in that space. I think that's going to look very good. See how it's all nestled together? Yeah, that's what we want. I really like that. I feel like that's part of the page now. It fits with the flow of what's already here. Yeah, I'm really liking that. Okay, let's see. What else can we add? So we've been through, oh, we've got these. So we've got the Sweetest Summer Memory. This does have a little print. I don't know whether you can see that. There's a little print down the bottom in the photo. It's not a big deal, but if we could cover that up, that would be quite good. Maybe we won't be able to. We'll see. That was what I had there. I think that's too, see what I mean? It's too blocky. See how everything's sort of rounded and flowy, and then this is very square. So I'm actually going to exclude that for that reason. And then by nature, I can exclude this one as well because it's even bigger. So same. It's got to go. So next we have Best Day Ever. And it is yellow, so it could work, possibly. It does have one of these little tabs, and I've found often I just prefer to chop that off. We've got Summer Vacation. It was a summer vacation. I wonder, I just want to see what it looks like as a tag. Then I would need some kind of string or something. I'm not loving that. I think these could work. I think the scale is good. I'm wondering about an extra layer because this is only one floral piece. Do I need an extra one in here? Do I need some extra leaves? I kind of think maybe not. I'm wishing I had more of these. Let me just check. I have this one, but I feel like it's too big. I feel like I would have to cover up. See, it's too big. I actually think maybe it's just meant to be small, that cluster. Yep, so I'm going to exclude that. This one could work because it's the similar pattern. But I think I'm just going to end up, like, I feel like that's the wrong way. I feel like this is probably, that could be okay. That could be okay. I am covering up a lot of that though. Maybe that would work. I don't know that it needs it though. I think I might leave that and maybe go this way. Maybe go something on top. I have talked about it before. I don't like my photo to be the very top layer of the layout. So we do need to find something to go over the photo. Even if it's just, yeah, like something like this little element here, something like that. I actually think this might work. The sweetest summer memory. I actually really like that. That's very cute. And then maybe best day ever could go there. I'm going to put that on foam. I asked in the community tab a little while back, not too long ago, what your favorite season was to scrapbook. And so many of you said fall, which I find really interesting. And I'm a little bit jealous because we just don't really get fall here. I think it would be one of my favorite seasons to document as well. But fall here is just, just a little less humid, really, I guess. I think that needs to come over a bit. Can I get it up? Oop. Yes, I just want it to come over a smidge. I don't want it to line up with the edge. I want this edge to be interesting, so it does have to poke out a little bit, but I don't want it to poke out too much. Yes, so see now we've got this line, super interesting. That's what makes nice clusters. That's my little secret. This is cute. I don't mind this. And I don't think I would be that keen on like an orange flower. What about this way? Maybe. I'm going to end up covering up so much of it. The other thing I could do, it's a bit risky. I'm going to do it. Okay, let's do it. Reminds me of that ad for the dinosaurs, the lolly dinosaurs. I don't know whether that ad's even still on. It's like, chop it. Chop the dinosaur. Maybe I just need one. Maybe that's the thing. I do wish I had another more like element like that maybe. See, that's that one. I don't want to chop that one as well. I feel like that's too big unless I can move this. That could also be the problem. I have locked that into position. If I was to put something like that there, maybe if I was to put that higher. No. I feel like that's even less now, hey? No, I definitely liked that better. I think it needs that flower. I think it needs that flower piece there. I am leaning towards this pink one. I feel like it just balances it out. And this is what I have mentioned before. You do have to kind of be okay with using stuff and overlapping stuff and having things only a little bit seen, which does feel, when it's a pretty something, it's harder to do because you're like, oh, it's so pretty, I don't want to cover it up. But is that the covering it up is what makes the cluster look good. So you do have to be okay with that. I don't know. Do you know what? I think this one is facing the wrong way. I feel like it should have been somewhere up there if it was going to be on this layout. I feel like it feels upside down there to me. and too long, too low. There's this one, but I think that's too big. I'm going to end up covering up, like, no. So I think we do have to go with this one. Yeah, it's better. Now that, okay. Now that I've auditioned everything, I decided what I had there all along was fine. Do you do that? I do that a lot. That's pretty cute. Actually, that will work. Sometimes it's just fresh. Needs to be done fresh. And then maybe not. Maybe just. Actually, that could be cute to put the glasses up there too. Put a little pair of glasses. I did a very small tear in the vellum up there. I do have enamel dots though. I was planning on maybe putting an enamel dot up there to cover that up. You probably can't even see it, but I can see it in real life and it's bothering me. So I'm going to fix that. What's on here? Our favorite place. Live in the Sunshine. I actually quite like that one. Let me see. I think this is going to be better than this because it's a softer yellow. That is pretty consistent, but I feel like softer is better. Let's put this on foam because I feel like that little bit of extra dimension is really fun. Yeah, I like that. And I'm going to stagger that so that it's, again, interesting down there. Yeah, and see how the yellow is now a little bit more balanced? Yeah, let's do that. Looks good. Okay, that's that, that's that. I do like the little glasses. That's fun. I'm just conscious of where they might be better if I go there. I think I might go there. And then it does actually cover up that little bit. I might even put, I might put the green ones there. I don't know. I wish there was something round. I feel like it needs something round. And the only round thing I can see is that little orange. What have I got in puffy stickers? Another orange. There's orange glasses. That might work. I think that sort of stands out a bit much. The leaf's cute though. No, I don't think I like them. I feel like it does need to be on that side. I feel like this side's going to be very light on, and that's okay. Hey, I'm going to raise these glasses up. I really do like this foam. I don't know. It's funny how it changes something that all you're doing is adding it with foam underneath, and for me it just looks so much better. It's weird. There, yeah, that's good. That's cute. It almost needs, I don't know. I've only got one little thing over my photo, which is very rare for me. But yeah, if I like ice cream doesn't work, I've already got suns. If I exclude all the things, I've already got titles, so I can't use those. Ice creams I'm not feeling, sun I'm not feeling. A title's not going to work there. I feel like even like a drink, although they're fun, I'm not really working with those icons for this layout. I've just used the florals. And then the florals that I have left, this one I feel is too big. Yep. This one I have, but I feel like it's too small. I feel like it's a little bit, needs to be a different detail. This one I can't use. It's part of, something else. And I feel like that's too same when I add that in. I feel like it's much better just with the one piece. And then And I don't think this, I think we already talked about this. We already talked about this. These vellum pieces are going to be too clear. Let's have a look. But I think they're going to be all too clear. Even if we went with, let's try and find one that's sort of saturated like this one. Yeah, I don't love it. There's this, which is that same. No, excluded for a reason. Not for this layout. I wish I had another flower that was that color, hey. I feel like that's what this side needs. I feel like I need to bring that pink down here a little bit. Something like that. It's crazy because it's just like the smallest little bit of pink, but I feel like it just balances it out more. I'm wondering how much, if there's any that I could take. I could probably take some of this out. It makes me, whenever I do this, it makes me feel a little more like I'm getting value. I don't feel so bad about covering up so much of it using just that little edge. It's pretty though. I think that's what it needs. That's your destiny. And then that maybe I could tuck, let me glue that in place before I change my mind again. Actually, do I want that? I think I want that raised up. 1 second. Let's pop this under here. And I've moved it, which is what I don't like doing. There we go. And then maybe in behind that. No, I'll leave it for something else. We'll see. I don't know. There we go. That's that. Loving that, loving that, loving that. I don't think there's little hearts, but let's just try this. It seems weird that it's an orange. But there was a die cut orange too, wasn't there? Oh no, it was a sticker. I have put an orange. What was that other layout I did? There was another layout that had an orange and I thought that's really weird, and I put it on and it kind of worked. I think because it was tucked into the layers, so it didn't stand out as much. But I don't want to cover up all of that I've just, maybe there. I feel like you can barely even notice that. I don't mind that there. I think that's cute. That works. Yeah, I feel like if it's going to flow, it needs to flow. Maybe there. Could work, maybe. Yeah, that could work. Actually, I feel like that kind of fits with that. Do I put this lemon in here? Do I fit this lemon in there? Maybe. At least then I've got one there and one there. And then I didn't end up using this either. See how you just have to audition all the things in all the places? I feel like that's a bit heavy, hey. I think the thing is, I think it's the leaf. I think it's a leaf, and here's why. Yes, they're there. Those leaves are there. That's the same leaf. But that is the only other place, except up there, that is that leaf. And they're very small compared to this one. I feel like this is really big. And if I'm going to include a big version of that leaf, it almost needs to be on this side of the layout, because this is the side that's the fuller cluster, and even there's not bad. Maybe if that's there, it would work now over here. Although I feel like that one might be better. I like that because it's got that little bit of orange. I am covering up my sun a little bit. That's okay. I've got two other suns to work with. That's not bad. And then this one is probably better there, maybe. This is how I create them for all of my pages, and often you don't see it because I edit a lot of this part out. I don't know. I think that they might be too full, hey. I feel like they don't need to be there, so I'm going to leave them out. If in doubt, leave them out. I'm going to add a little bit of glue under here. I think we're getting close to done here. What have we got left to stick down? Just the glasses. I think the glasses are what's left. And I don't know about them. Yeah, I think they're cute. Let's add them. Part of me is thinking, do I need 3 pairs of glasses, like visual triangle? Do I use them? Do I use the glasses to create a visual triangle? I could do that. Let me just see, because they were on here, weren't they? I feel like it might be too much. It's cute because we're wearing glasses, but no, I don't think we need them. I don't think we need them. What else was there? The only other thing I'm thinking is maybe a little title here. Let's have some fun in the sun. I think that might be a bit long. I do want to test it though. Be too much. No, let's leave that too. Okay, I think we're done. I think that's good. I'm going to call that done. I'm going to go in very, very slowly and painfully and add the tiniest bit of glue around all of the leftover clouds because I need to get them stuck down, and I'm like really mean that, just like the tiniest little bit of glue because I don't want glue to be seen behind the vellum there. I know I can work with all of what's behind here. That's fine. I can add glue in behind there, and I'm going to do that anywhere that I can add it behind these embellishment clusters. Definitely going to work with that. And then I'll take some photos and share them with you here. Here you can see the lovely layers, the vellum, and all the details of the embellishment clusters. I have added stitching over the title. I am secretly obsessed with stitching over puffy stickers. I hope you enjoyed scrapbooking with me today. If you're looking for another real-time scrapbook tutorial, be sure to watch this video next. I'll see you all again very soon. Until then, bye!